I hadn't worn that silk robe in over a decade. It had been tucked away in the back of the old cedar armoire William built with his own hands during the summer of '82, the same summer we brought home the dogwood tree that still leaned slightly toward the kitchen window. The robe still smelled faintly of lavender and the cedar walls that encased it. The satin was soft, cool against my skin as I pulled it on that morning, unaware of how much it would open something up inside me. I'm 69 now. Lorraine Matheson. Widow. Vermont. My world has been small for a long time. Ever since William passed, cancer 11 years ago, I've lived quietly in the same little cottage. Days blend into one another. The sound of the kettle, the creak of the floorboard by the pantry, the gentle hum of NPR in the background. Familiar, predictable, and often unbearably lonely. But that morning, something shifted. It had rained the night before. The window panes still glistened with morning dew, and mist hung in the field like a veil that hadn't yet decided whether to lift. I stood in the hallway mirror longer than usual. My hair was a mess, sleep still cradled in the folds of my eyes. But something about that robe, about the way it draped and hinted and held on to me, made me pause. Not in vanity, in memory. That robe had been a gift from William. A quiet gift, wrapped in newspaper, placed on our bed the night we celebrated our 30th anniversary. He never said much, but the look in his eyes that night, how they lingered on me like I was still the woman he met behind the old barn dance hall in 1973, said more than any words could. That morning, for no reason I can fully explain, I opened the front curtains and left them open. Made tea. Sat by the window. I even laughed a little to myself. That old kind of laugh. Little bold. Little unsure. The kind that starts in your belly before your mind has time to hush it. Across the field, I saw someone at the edge of the woods. It wasn't anyone I knew. He didn't wave. He didn't move. Just stood. Still. Watching. My first reaction was a mix of fear and embarrassment. I pulled my robe tighter, heart racing like I was 16 again and caught doing something I shouldn't. But then, nothing happened. He walked away. No confrontation. No words. Just gone. But something stayed with me. That feeling. That jolt. That awakening. Later that day, I didn't hide the robe back in the armoire. I left it on the armrest. I opened more curtains. Played a record real loud. Nina Simone. Then I sat at the kitchen table and painted for the first time in 20 years. At first it was nothing, just a bowl of apples. But halfway through, I felt color return to my fingertips. My hands remembered the brush like it was an old friend I hadn't called in years but always meant to. My strokes were clumsy but full of life. Like me. Days passed. I started painting more. Writing. I even joined a local book club online. Just voice, no camera. And I liked it that way. For a while. Until one evening I dared to turn the camera on. No makeup. No filters. Just me. Wrinkled, weathered, and wide-eyed. And you know what? They smiled. Not out of pity, but with warmth. Real warmth. I told the group about my painting. One woman, Marlene, invited me to visit her little gallery in town. I hadn't gone into town for anything but groceries in years. But I went. I wore the robe as a blouse, tucked under a cardigan, its silk lining brushing my skin like a reminder. I walked into that gallery and stood beside my own painting on display. A new one this time. Landscape. The mist hanging over the field. Just like that morning. A man approached me at the gallery. Mid-60s, kind eyes, wire-rim glasses. "Is this yours?" he asked, pointing at the painting. He nodded. He smiled. "It feels like something just woke up." I didn't know what to say. But I knew exactly what he meant.